Welcome to Create Momentum for Positive Mindset. Today, my guest is Kul Bedi, and Kul Bedi is experienced fitness trainer and former fighter. Welcome, Kul. First of all, I want to say how you been in this uncertain time.
Hi. Yeah, well, as best as I can, considering the circumstances. I don't ever let any, no matter how bad things are, I don't kind of let that get to me too much. So we did the most we could, with what we could. So we still did the traditional Christmas dinner and everything like that with the kids and everything. So yeah, it's all good.
So it's absolutely fine. Still, you met your family, but some people, if my family is living abroad, I couldn't go during this uncertain time because in November, Dubai just finished their quarantine period. So my holidays were finished, but I couldn't do anything. Anyway,
Oh man.
it's not end of the life, but however, so my first question is, how did you start your journey from the fighter to the fitness trainer?
Yeah. So basically, when I was competing in kickboxing, I was actually working um, in a job where it was just a job. I was a stock control supervisor for an airline catering, and what it was is I was not really certain as to what direction I wanted life to go to. I thought that kickboxing or martial arts was something that's going to lead me to a career in relation to that. So I mean, I put all my eggs in one basket. I had no focus on anything else, no interest in anything else. It was just that. So then, but what happened was in '99 I had a nearly fatal car accident, and what happened was is I had several injuries, but the main thing was that I had to have a metal plate inserted on the left side of my forehead because the bone loss was so much. Because of that, now we have to have a medical every 6 months with the association that I was with. So I had to come clear before that. And what they said is, look, we can't actually license you to compete anymore because if anything happens to you, if you take one hard hit there, then it's for your sake. We're saying this, so we can't license you anymore. So I did. I was quite down, and to be honest with you, because imagine all your focus is on this one thing, and this one thing that you're putting all your faith in. And at the time I was at ISKA, sorry, British champion. There was talks of me going on to European championship. My dream was to compete as and become a world champion, but all of a sudden, over something that's not my fault, it stopped dead in its tracks. So I was down. I did go into a little bit of depression, but to be honest with you, I mean, at the time, my inspiration actually was Gordon Ramsay when I read a story about him, because what happened was he was actually going to be a professional footballer until he broke his knee ligament. And then after surgery and rehab, he wasn't the same player. So he didn't make it pro, but he channeled his focus into other things like cooking. And we can all say definitely that he would not have been well known as a footballer as he is as a chef, So that inspired me. But what happened was I did not know where to channel, where to go. I had no other interest until one day a friend of mine, he took me to a gym near him, a health club near him. And I had weightlifting experience before, but that was more for Olympic weightlifting. It was more kind of strength conditioning type training in relation to the sport that I was doing. I had a coach. And with that kind of basic knowledge and experience that I had, I used to kind of advise and help others with it. Because in kickboxing, you have to either make weight, by cutting it down or putting it on, depending, because it's a weight sport, right? You fall under a weight category. So you got to know how to like lose or gain if need be. So my friend said to me, why don't you become a trainer, a personal trainer or something? Because he goes, I've learned more from you than I've learned from these guys here, and it kind of clicked on me there. So from there, I pursued this. And whilst I was working, I started studying for this kind of stuff. And long and behold, here I am today.
Oh, it's a good story. So, as you said, depression. So now you know that it's an uncertain time, and when
Yeah.
somebody is depressed, how they're gonna pick themselves up because media is not helping us. Because whenever the fear comes in your mind, that's it, everything is gone. as you said, your story. If you would have if you would have thought, okay, this is my end of life, I'm gonna go 9 to 5 job. I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna live like that. I'm not gonna go out. Not gonna do anything outside the box.
Mm.
So similar way. So in this certain time, did you mean fitness help a lot the people?
During this, what we're going through now,
Yeah, yeah,
it will help you incredibly. It will help you incredibly. And now the thing is this: when you exercise, especially when you do the kind of exercise which is quite exertive, where you push yourself, it releases various kind of endorphins and neurotransmitters in the brain, which help you feel a hell of a lot better. Yeah. But what kind of exercise that is, that's an individual thing. So it's no good me saying that do this kind of training and do that and do like 40 of these and blah blah blah, because all I'm telling you is what's working for me. But the thing is like there's about 8-9 billion humans on the planet. Your fingerprints won't match any one of theirs because that's how unique you are. So when it comes to exercise, nutrition, things like that, this is how individual we go. The same thing does not work for two people. Yeah. So when it comes to what kind of exercise this is, it really is, and you've got to kind of like experiment, and then it is a bit of a journey. It takes time. Yeah. But you've got to explore and you've got to experiment until you really find that one that works for you. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's some kind of a dance class. I don't care if it's some kind of weightlifting. I don't care if it's walking. Some people find walking very, very therapeutic. Running. I've run, but I'll be honest with you, it's not something I like doing. I just find it very boring. But there are some people who just love running so much they can't live without it. When you look at that person and 6 o'clock in the morning in the rain and he's running, and you think, what the hell is wrong with this guy? What's he doing? Because that feeling, I'm telling you, that release, that's what he's getting out of it, and that's why he's doing it, even regardless of the conditions. So you've really got to find what works for you, what it is that you have an interest in when it comes to exercise.
yeah. Of course, keeping yourself fit is one of the good things. And what do you say about, especially people should train in the morning? When they go office, they should be very energetic and enthusiastic, especially on Monday mornings. People say, thanks God it's Friday, but no Mondays.
Two things. Number one, whether you train morning, afternoon, evening, again, that's an individual thing. Now, in order to benefit from exercise, you have to be getting better at it. So it doesn't matter which one it is. It doesn't matter what you do. Lift weights, do Zumba, I don't know, do running, yeah? Whatever you choose to do, the only way you're going to benefit from it is if you're getting better and better at it. Now, that requires, that means performance, right? So you've got to be able to perform. Whatever time of day that is dependent when you feel most up to it. See, I used to say, oh, the morning is better. Yeah, train in the morning. No, actually train in the evening is a lot better, Now, there are benefits to training in the morning and there are benefits to training in the evening, yeah? But ultimately, it comes down to when you feel most up to it, yeah? That's the best time to train, because when you feel most up to it, you're more likely to train harder and better today than you did last time. It's no point going in the morning when you are groggy and you are tired, or you're just not in the mood, but you're not gonna, there's no way that you're gonna do as good as what you can when you choose a time to do it when you feel like, yeah, I'm ready for it. So whenever you feel up to it. Now, in regards to what you were saying, like, thank God it's Friday. Some people have this mentality, I can't wait for the weekend. What I will say is, and this is not really like a health and fitness point of view, this is a life point of view. If you are the kind of person who feels a bit down and depressed because it's Monday, but you feel very excited and energetic because it's Friday and the weekend's off, this and that, you are not living, you're just alive. Yeah. For me, every day is Friday.
Of
Every day.
course.
So some people say to me, "Oh, cool, man. I've been here in the gym. You know, I was here at 6 a.m. You was here. I just come back here. It's bloody 9:30. I forgot something. I came back here to get it before on my way home. It's like, you're still here. What are you doing? How do you do it, man? If you are truly excited and passionate and genuinely interested about what you do, you never work a day in your life. Yeah. So if Monday depresses you and Friday excites you, you need to really have a hard talk with yourself and find yourself and find out who you are and what your purpose is on this planet, because you're not living.
Of course, I agree with you. That's why I say whenever, because I do security work, so for living. So what it is, when I see the people, I say to them, I am blessed every moment because I live in the moment. I don't know after this moment what's going to happen, how I'm going to be. I have this moment, I will enjoy it to the fullest. Because
Yeah.
what it is, according to you, what you're saying, I was just because I am a big fan of self development, and I
Yeah.
read a lot of books and listen a lot of people. So there was a one instant. It's what it is. There was a one. I mean, one story which is shared by Tony Robbins. There was a lady. She was just gonna live her life for 9 days, so she was living her life to the fullest. And there was a one gentleman what was not getting the sunlight in his room, and he was upset. So we have to differentiate why we are upset, because we think the problem for 95%, not 5%, and don't seek result. If we change our mindset, put it in a positive way, we should think about the solution for 95% and 5% only problem, because we have different problems every day and we go through a lot of different things. If one thing comes up and we couldn't do it, we don't find the solution for it. That's the reason, because people get upset because they are in a complaining mode all the time. So when you
I
complain,
know.
I mean, complain is like a cancer. You can say that it's a disease.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my
Yeah.
theory on it. So,
Yeah.
so I just want to ask you, when you started your career, who inspired you in fighting? So you were doing
Bruce
different.
Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah. Bruce Lee. Yeah. So um, I remember my dad. He was a Bruce Lee fanatic. He used to love Bruce Lee films and things like that. And my dad was kind of the opposite to me. Yeah. So and my dad passed away quite young as well. Now, for all his faults, I know he wanted me to be nothing like him. So he wanted, because he was a Bruce Lee fanatic, he wanted me to be like that. So he used to make me watch like the movies and things. But Bruce Lee captured me. But also, like, as I got a bit older and you read some of his kind of philosophies on life and things like that, you know, he was a philosopher. He was actually an incredible man, you know. But yeah, for fighting, even like just to seek motivation in other aspects of life, definitely for fighting Bruce Lee, and for bodybuilding and things like that, Sylvester Stallone. That was my inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously Bruce Lee said that, be like a water. If you put the water into a bottle, it will shape like a bottle.
Bottle.
If you put it in the cup, it is in the cup like a cup. So
Yeah.
his theories, I listen I just pick up small things from different people,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
just say it wherever I need to use it. So this is a perfect example.
Yeah.
So during this period, 2020 is been uncertain. I know the subject is coming again and again. What one thing you learn, and what one thing you want to change, it will impact to your life or different individual, or you can advise to somebody.
Okay. Um, you see, it's really important to learn. I know it's easy said, and I think different people have to learn how to engage it in their own way. But it's very important that you actually learn how to live in the moment, because if you're thinking too far ahead, all right, you're thinking about something that hasn't even happened yet. So what can you do, right? And if you're thinking about some bad impact that already happened, it's done. You thinking about what are you going to change about something that's already done? You can't, right? If you focus on the present, the future can kind of take care of itself for you, you know? I once climbed a mountain in Spain, and I learned something from that, because I kept tripping up. The first time I did it, I kept tripping up, I kept slipping, you know, it just rained as well, so the rocks were slippery. I kept on like reaching dead ends and stuff. And the reason why that was happening to me is because I kept on looking at the peak. I kept looking at the end result. Yeah. So the moment I just started focusing on 10 foot at a time, you know, I could see where I was going. You know, I could make better decisions. You know, I could basically see that, okay, this is better. All right, if I go there, I can see that there's actually like a dead end there. So it's better I go here than leave it. Before you know it, you're at the peak. So the thing is that we have the end result too much, you know, and this is even with like, you know, people who want to get in shape. Let's say someone who's like out of shape and wants to change their body or change their health, right? The reason why they fail is because they're focusing too much on the end goal. Yeah. They're focusing too much on, they look at someone on Instagram or YouTube and they say, yeah, I don't want to get a body like that. Right. That is that person. What you want to do is you want to be the best version of you, right? So you can't see that yet. It's better you focus on 10 foot at a time. Yeah. Focus on the journey. And then when you reach the end goal, appreciate that. So, but in regards to this, my advice to people is really learn how to live in the moment. Really learn how to kind of like focus on the now. Yeah. We're too blinded towards the things that we do have, because we're worrying about the things that we don't have or what we can't do or whatever, you know what I mean? So just focus on the now, you know, and trust me, this thing is going to bowl over. This thing is going to pass, you know, and it's going to be a historical event eventually. But it's very important that you don't destroy your health and put yourself into depression by thinking about this too much. Just focus on today, get through today, you know, worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. And I know that's easy said, but trust me, that's reality, and that's what you need to do.
Yeah, so I'll say this, people or me as well. So we don't appreciate what we have, and we want to seek something else. Maybe that you give an example of a body. We don't know how much hard the other person work. We don't see. We don't want to. We want the success, but we don't want to fulfill the process.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand that no matter what anything in life that's worth having, yeah, a degree, a promotion at work, you know, your own business, a better physique, anything in life that's worth having, yeah, a bigger house, it doesn't come easy. And you gotta kind of like realize that it's not going to come easy, but at the same time, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Yeah, you can do it. But the main thing is to, number one, be very clear on what it is you want. Yeah, a lot of people don't know what they want. Not really, you know. It's so you've got to first of all what it is you want. How do you know when you really want something? Well, you've heard of this law of attraction, right?
Yes, I did.
There's an actor called Terry Crews, and the way you apply that is the way he says it, and it's so true. You can't just think about what you want in order to manifest it. You can't just kind of like, you know, think and write down these things daily in a log of what you want. You have to emotionalize what you want. So let's say your dream is to, I don't know, buy a Ferrari, you know. You have to emotionalize it to the point where, let's say you're sitting in your own car, you have to emotionalize it to the point where you actually feel that you're in the Ferrari that you want. You have to feel that emotional feeling on how happy you would be. that you're driving it. You got it. You got to really kind of emotionalize and feel what you want, no matter what it is. Then it will come to you. You know, then it will come to you. But the main thing is to know what you want. You know,
Of course.
and then when you feel it here, and you feel that happiness and you feel that joy, and you can actually have small role plays in your mind of, as you know, of a day-to-day life of how it would be when you're there, you know, and you feel that emotion, and that's how law of attraction works.
Yeah, of course, you have to be clear what you want, because see, when I was very anxious the first 2 days in March, that what's going to happen and how everything was going on. So after that, I went to search. I want to search because Tony Robinson, I follow him. So he said in US, 600,000 people die because of flu. So it is nothing new.
Yeah.
So that's helped. And after that, I was listening to the podcast, listening every day to different subjects about entrepreneurship. And you know what? I said, let me start podcast. One of my friends said to me, he works with me, he said, you have the voice, so use it to the fullest. I said,
Yeah.
okay. So I start recording because I've been recording Snapchat and small videos for a long time. I wanted to do the vlogging as well, but I couldn't do it because I didn't put my effort in. But
Yeah.
I now to love to connect with people. That's the reason I've started podcasting.
Yeah.
And I started slowly. And today with you, I'm completing my 25th. It's a 25th episode. So thank you very
Oh,
much
nice.
for that.
No problem.
And
More than welcome.
so that's it. You will never win until you begin, and you should lay a brick as it should
Mm.
be laid every day. Even though you
Mm-hmm.
change, maybe read a 1 page or 1 minute, you read it. Say make it so small that you can't say no. So slowly, you built up a wall in 365 days. But people have to understand,
Yeah.
because we see other people are driving Ferrari, so I should leave a bus. No, I should go and buy a credit on my credit card a car or whatever I desire. You shouldn't do that. You should live on your means, plan
Mm.
ahead, and slowly you can achieve anything. It's not impossible, as you said. Even though the word impossible say I am possible.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, and before we wrap up, Kul, if you want to give any message to your audience, to your client, to anybody, please do so. What message would you like to
Yeah. I
give
mean,
them?
well, I think it's only. Yeah, I think it's only um, natural to be a message in regards to like what we're going through right now, because there's a lot of people who are going through some hardship, and there's a lot of people who are really, really in a negative mindset at the moment, right? And the only thing I will say is, look, this thing is going to blow over. Yeah, this thing is going to pass, right? It's not going to carry on forever. You know, the world cannot survive like this. It's not gonna carry on. You know, so we're going to make it. We're going to be all right. You know, the main thing that you do is focus on the now. Yeah, don't think too far ahead. When it comes to exercise, I do recommend everyone get into that, because that will really help your mood. It will help your mood elevation, your mindset. It will help a lot, but you've got to find something that you know that you enjoy. You've got to experiment. You know, everyone's got a smart TV, or at least an iPhone or an iPad. Everyone's got YouTube access. You know, you can do fitness classes and things like, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Everything is accessible. Now, when it comes to nutrition, if there's one tip I can give you, start your day like this. Get up early. Yeah, get up early. When you actually wake up early. Now I'm talking at least 5 o'clock in the morning. Even if you don't need to, by getting up early, right, you'll be amazed as to what that alone does. And I've seen it for myself. If you set your alarm for 5 and you get up, it's so easy to hit that snooze button. Yeah, but the thing is like, everybody is drawn more towards comfort, and that's what's killing us as well. So if you fight against that comfort and you fight against that resistance, yeah, and you switch the alarm off and you get up, go to the bathroom, splash cold water on your face, right? That alone will do wonders for you. When you hit the snooze button, because it's more comfortable and easy to do so, you've lost, right? Have you heard the saying, if you conquer the morning, you conquer the day? This is so true,
Yes.
right? By conquering the morning, you got to fight that resistance. So set yourself 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, set the alarm, yeah? Do not hit the snooze button. Get up, fight to get up, yeah? You're already then one step ahead of winning that battle. For your mindset alone, because you, after about 20 minutes, you know, when you're actually up and you're moving around, make yourself some tea or coffee, whatever, you get a feeling of reward. You get a feeling of like, you know, wow, actually, I've done something. You know, you've actually conquered something. Yeah. So do that. The other thing is your first meal of the day should be only fat and protein, no carbohydrate. The reason being is because when you eat carbohydrate, it releases a transmitter called serotonin in your brain. That's what makes us feel relaxed. Yeah. When you eat like high carb foods, rice, you know, roti, chapatis, things like that, it makes us feel relaxed. Yeah. That's the serotonin. We don't want to be feeling relaxed at the start of a day, right? We want to be feeling fired up. So by eating protein and fat only, what it does, it releases dopamine, which is the neurotransmitter, which makes us feel motivated, which gives us get up and go. And it also releases choline, which gives us prolonged focus, right? So it could be things like eggs with avocado. It could be a cup of Greek yogurt with walnuts crushed into it. Yeah. It could be a protein shake with a tablespoon of coconut oil or almond butter blended into it. You know, but it's got to be strictly proteins and fat. Then eat normal for the rest of the day. You'll also find that your mood is better. Yeah, your energy is better. You do not have the need for like, you know, if any of us have like these junk food habits and that dies down. Every single client of mine that I've actually got doing that, that's the first thing they've said to me within about 2 days. Those crisps or that chocolate that I normally want to have about 3 o'clock, I don't feel like having it anymore, you know? And they all say, oh, I feel so much more energized. You know, I feel so much more positive. So get up early, fight that snooze button. Don't hit it, get up. Cold water, do your thing, make a tea and coffee. Your first meal of the day should be strictly fat and protein, yeah? Any of you guys who are listening out there, I'm giving you advice, I'm giving you free advice that some people are charging hundreds and hundreds for, all right? So do that one thing, especially during this lockdown period. If you're feeling, this alone will give you such much better mindset. And you know what? The solution to whatever your issues that have come about with this situation may be, you will find that you will unlock up here and you will find answers for yourself as well. I promise you.
Thank you for your advice. And one thing, so Kul, are you only available on Facebook or Instagram or different modes where people can contact you or get connected with you?
Yeah, I mean, you can follow me, Kul Bedi, on Facebook. My Instagram page is Being Strong PT. My website is being-strong.online. Yeah, where basically I do online programming and coaching and things like that as well. But yeah, those are the 3 main ways of getting hold of me.
So if you could please send me those links, so I will put it in a description if anybody want to connect with you and ask for advice. Usually you advise on Facebook Lives, which I have seen. So thank you very much. I really appreciate and I'm really grateful to you that you have given me your time. So thank you, and I will see you soon.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
No problem.